back here. All boy podcast this time because Savannah was kind of fake and didn't join us.
That's real.
But she doesn't feel good, so it's completely understandable. So we're doing a little bit like last week where we discussed who the top 4 teams in our view is. I made terrible picks last week and said that I thought that Minnesota should be up there. And then they got beat, even though they almost had a valiant comeback effort.
And I picked Iowa, just to let you know.
So, yeah, that's how my week's going. I think
we got to pick our current top 4 right now?
Yeah, but also keep in mind, I guess, like, if the season ended today, who would you want in the playoffs?
Oh, okay, I got you.
Who we would win the playoffs?
Well, you know what I mean.
Like who we think should be in the playoffs?
Yeah. And you can kind of take into account what you think is going to happen in the rest of the season.
Who's blowing Harley?
I'm going to blame Robert.
Oh, my bad.
I'm going to start by saying I think that the top 3 as they are should be the same. Honestly,
I disagree.
I will put Oregon in there, but I think Oregon should probably be number 3 and Clemson number 4.
What?
I think Clemson's played like trash.
Yeah, but you can't put Oregon above them because Clemson's still undefeated at the moment.
Au contraire, you remember a few years ago when Florida State was going ham? You could do the same thing to them.
Okay, but you know what Florida State didn't have back then?
What?
Dabo and Trevor Lawrence.
Well, they did have Jimbo and Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of crab legs.
Trash.
Jimbo's
But, well, okay, I'll put Oregon at 4, okay? But
that's better.
I'm really close on. I know LSU just beat Alabama a couple weeks ago, but I almost think that LSU would lose to Ohio State today. I think Justin Fields has worked wonders with that team.
I think that right now, who I think should get in the top 4 would be Ohio State number 1, LSU 2, Clemson 3, and then I'm taking Oregon at 4 also. I think Justin Fields, should honestly win the Heisman.
Yeah, I think Justin Fields has shown that he's...
Because he has played so great this year.
I think he's been... Don't get me wrong, I know this Ohio State team is always ranked like top 4 and stuff like that, so they're never underrated, but I think that this has really been like what they've been missing. A lot of times they have athletic quarterbacks, but this one can throw.
Yeah.
Cardell Jones can throw.
Yeah, but he wasn't athletic.
But also, I think what also helps this Ohio State team is their defense is also one of the best in the country, honestly. Like, they only allow 126 yards passing and 90 yards rushing every game. Like, that's pretty elite, if you ask me.
Well, Atwood, who's yours?
1, sticking with LSU. 2, I would honestly say is a toss-up between Ohio State and Clemson.
Oh, get out of here. Ohio State would smoke Clemson.
Wow, because they beat Rutgers by 70?
What?
Because they beat Rutgers by 70?
I mean, Rutgers is probably as good as anyone Clemson's played this year.
Okay, that's the thing. Ohio State hasn't played anybody good this year.
They beat Wisconsin 38-7.
They beat who?
Okay, so let's just Michigan State, top 25 team, they beat 34-10. Wisconsin, top 15 team, they were top 10 at the time, beat them 38-7.
Wisconsin also lost Illinois.
But they play Penn State this week and Michigan next week, and they will beat both of them.
I don't think they'll beat Penn State. And if they do, it's going to be within a score game.
The spread is like 18.5, and I probably wouldn't bet on Ohio State to cover that, but I would not be the least little bit surprised if they did.
I don't think they'll beat it. And plus, I don't think Ohio State's going to win the national championship.
Well, were you not the guy earlier in the year that said, I don't understand why everyone's got Ohio State slander. No one likes Ohio State.
And then here we are.
I'm not saying like screw Ohio State. I don't have a problem with Ohio State.
Oh, don't get me wrong, fuck Ohio State, but they're probably the best team in the country at this very moment.
I honestly think they would beat LSU. Like on
LSU's proven though.
I don't think LSU's defense is good enough. Is my thing.
I know that they beat Tua, and what ifs don't really count. But I think if Tua is completely healthy, that they would have beat.
Top 10 wins that you're forgetting about.
I think Alabama would have beat LSU if Tua had been healthy. So I think
LSU's a great team. My thing is I just don't think that their defense is good enough to slow down Justin Fields and Ohio State.
Oh, it's going to be a Big 12 matchup for sure.
Because if you look at the teams that they've beaten, Texas was top 10 at the time.
Fell off.
Auburn, Florida, and Bama.
Texas, I wouldn't really say would have like an amazing offense. I would say it's above average. Florida definitely doesn't have an elite offense, and Auburn doesn't have an elite offense.
Are you saying Felipe? Oh, I guess Felipe wasn't playing.
So then you take LSU, or you take Bama, and they hung 41 on them, but LSU just put up 46.
But then again, I mean, yeah, Tua wasn't at 100%, but he's also thrown to the most versatile wide receivers in the NFL, or in the NFL, in college.
Well.
Oh, anyway, my 4. I'm gonna say Utah because I think Utah is in the rematch of Oregon is gonna get Oregon.
I have a ton of problems with your 4, but
yeah, and you also said Minnesota.
Yeah, see that's what I was about to say. I completely goofed last week, so maybe I shouldn't talk. But
I mean, Oklahoma's still not out of the picture too, I guess. But
well, we'll talk more about them. They're going to be out of the picture after this week.
If you think about it, I feel like it'd be nearly impossible because they'd have to have both Oregon and Utah lose. Or one of they're 6? No, 7.
I would think that Bama definitely loses. I think that Bama loses to Auburn.
I think if Bama is a close win, but they look really shaky over Auburn, I don't think that helps them.
Yeah, they need to dominate Auburn.
Because Oregon beating Utah when Utah is, like, if it's a 6-7 matchup at that time, I mean, that would look really impressive to the voters. Even if Alabama beat the team that Oregon lost to at the beginning of the year. I don't know. That it's a bunch of what ifs, but I think that Oregon has proven that they are a very strong team.
But the thing is, can Oregon make it through the rest of the season undefeated?
I think, well, I mean, it'd be one loss.
I think so, because, look, they play Arizona State this week, which, I mean, that it won't be like a cakewalk, but I think they handle them fairly easily, and then next week they play Oregon State, so.
But then they'd have to play Utah, who they only beat by 2.
Well, they haven't played Utah this year.
Yeah, they have. They beat them by 2. I just said that.
No, Utah lost to USC by 7.
Yeah, they haven't played Utah, I'm looking at their schedule right now. They haven't.
Oh, so they're on the other side.
I guess so.
I didn't realize that they haven't had. They've only had the one ranked win, but the one thing I think that the Pac-12 is better than ACC in the argument of, like, I think Clemson's, even though that they haven't had, like, they beat A&M, but I just don't feel like. I feel like Clemson's schedule has been more of a cakewalk than Oregon.
It definitely has, I think.
It is every year, but I mean, you also got a top 3 coach in college football coaching kids who want to play for him.
I would honestly say top 2, but in college football.
Yeah, I would say Dabo's the second best coach in college football.
I'm just interested if Urban goes to USC. I'm interested to see how fast he builds USC back up.
It's going to be ridiculous.
Because I don't understand how USC has been bad for a little bit for so long. Especially
they've given that, what is the dude's name? Clay Helton?
Yeah.
I think they've just given him way too long. I'm all about giving a head coach like a fair chance, but it's been what? How long has he been there?
Like
5-6 years, feels like.
Yeah, because didn't he come after? He came right when Ed O.
Yeah.
They should have kept Orgeron.
Yeah, they should have.
All right, let's jump into.
Yeah,
let's jump into these games. Well, we'll get to USC in a second, but let's get to 2 teams that are not Power 5 first, with a 25 SMU at Notre Dame.
Right, they played Navy.
Yikes. Okay, we was talking about how Notre Dame lost to Navy. Okay, well, let's get some American athletic conference stuff going.
Big oof.
Didn't you say that Navy was a 3.5-point favorite?
Navy is a 3.5-point favorite.
I think that's crazy. I'm going to take SMU pretty handily because their offense has looked really good this year. Who's their quarterback? Is it Gilbert from that used to be Texas's quarterback? Has really done some good things for him this year.
It's Shane Buechele.
That's what it was, Shane Buechele. I think he used to be a Texas quarterback. But yeah, they've done really good. SMU has proven that this new coach, Sonny Dykes, doing some good things, and their old coach just got fired from Arkansas. So,
how many times do you see a school lose a head coach because he goes to a bigger job and upgrade a head coach?
Not that often. But yeah, I'm going to take SMU in this game. I don't understand how they're the underdogs.
I'm going to go with the favorite.
Yikes.
I'm going to take Navy because I think that Navy will control the ball enough, and I think SMU's defense is not very good, and they obviously don't see the option all the time, so I'm going to take Navy.
I hate to interrupt you, but why does the list say SMU and Notre Dame?
I messed up. We've already addressed this, that one.
Oh, okay. I wasn't paying attention. I was sitting here thinking, why does everybody keep saying Navy?
That was because Ron's an idiot.
Yikes.
I'm taking Navy.
I think that's probably a terrible pick, but we'll see.
So
Roasted.
you're saying the people who protect us is terrible?
Well, last week I said they were going to beat Notre Dame on Veterans Day weekend.
You're worse than Kaepernick.
Okay, at least I don't look like Kaepernick like you.
I don't. It's mad because you can't grow.
That was racist.
No, all right. For people to have a little backstory, I went to go get my haircut earlier, and my barber said, "Man, you look just like Kaepernick to
Hold on.
Atlas."
Who's barber?
Our barber.
Yeah, okay.
He said, "Man, you look like Kaepernick." And then after Atwood got his haircut, he's like, "Man, these white folks will talk to you again." so it's not racist. It was big facts. All right, Atwood, who are you taking in this game?
I got to stick with my boy at Navy, so I think Navy's going to pull it out.
All right, just like they did last week? Not. All right.
Just like Iowa stopped rowing that boat.
Look, it was for them kids.
Hey, they were the glacier in the water.
Shut the
You
heck
didn't,
up.
Titanic.
I just don't. I just
It
don't.
was like the Titanic last week.
I just don't think there was enough. I don't know if there's enough water in Iowa. That's the thing. That's the problem.
It's those cancer kids gave them Iowa the power they needed.
Atwood, we're walking a thin line right here, and I don't want you to cross it. I really don't. So,
If you put up Kaepernick, it wouldn't be a thin line already.
all right. Well, let's move on to another thin line.
Y'all are almost being really problematic.
How am I being problematic? Atwood's talking about cancer kids.
Well, it's a cancer hospital right there. A children's cancer hospital.
All right. Well,
Stating facts.
yikes. Okay. Anyways, let's be more problematic. UCLA plays USC. I almost said they traveled, but it's in the same city. So,
How far are these schools apart?
well, they're both in Los Angeles. I don't know the exact distance.
They used to share a stadium, did they not?
I don't know about UCLA because I know they play at the Rose Bowl.
That's the Niners, ain't it?
No, the Rose Bowl is just them.
Oh, I thought that's where the Niners play.
Now they play in San Francisco at Levi Stadium. The Rams play in the Coliseum with the where USC plays. But this is the Battle of the Victory Bell. I don't know. If you'd asked me before the season, I probably would have thought that UCLA would be doing a lot better by now. But
I mean,
Chip Kelly really hasn't.
Doing great, but they're doing better than they started the season.
Yeah, but Chip Kelly hasn't been like as. If you had told me that Chip Kelly was going to be in a Los Angeles market, I would have expected him to do a lot better than he's been doing.
Yeah.
Because if you notice, like in the recruiting stuff, there's a ton of like the 5-stars and stuff all come from like South California. A bunch of them do.
California is one of the best recruiting, like one of the best states to get high school talent out of, like in any sport, really.
So I just don't know how them and USC. This is like it's the battle of the Victory Bell, but it's really the battle of like who is more average and trash. That being said, I'm gonna take old USC, but I kind of hope that UCLA wins, just because I want Clay Helton fired, and I would really love to see USC get a good coach and build that program up, because when USC is good, college football is a lot more exciting, I think. But I'm taking USC in this game.
I think Chip Kelly busted the Trojans this week.
Yeah, I didn't even crack a joke.
I am going to take UCLA. I think UCLA pulls one out of their ass.
That supposed to be another Trojan joke?
You can take that how you want.
I don't know how to make a bear sexual. That's the problem.
I mean, the bear can be considered what you are, a gay, hairy man.
Yikes. I thought that was a cub. I don't know.
What?
I don't know. I read this one thing once on what's it called? Yik Yak. The old
I guess your first problem was believing anything on Yik Yak.
Well, you see some weird stuff when you go to school in Murfreesboro. And
Yik Yak's still a thing.
no, I googled it actually, and it doesn't exist anymore. But yeah, this one dude was like looking for cubs, and I was like, "What the heck does that mean?" I googled it, and I did not want to. Yikes! Okay, who'd you take?
I am. I'm really not a fan of Chip Kelly, honestly. I'm gonna have to go with the Trojans for once. I'm gonna have to roll with USC.
Boo.
Okay. Well, you know what? That game didn't really matter. But let's get to some that do just mean more. And our just mean more means more segment.
That's right.
We'll start with Tennessee and Missouri. I don't know if this one really matters, but
Oh, it matters.
maybe if you're a Tennessee fan. Because what's Tennessee's record?
5-5.
Oh, okay, if you win, bowl
So it
eligible.
matters. Fucking matters.
Even though I will say I think that y'all are going to beat Vanderbilt. I'm not trying to look too far ahead, but I think y'all are going to beat Vanderbilt. But I think this game, it's been the year of the transfer quarterbacks. But has Kelly Bryant played all year?
Yes.
I didn't know if he. Huh?
He's been hurt. I think he missed like a week or two, like at some point.
I know he got hurt against us,
Well, say I haven't heard too much about him.
but he never actually.
He's not playing that. I mean, he's not putting up like crazy numbers.
He's probably not going to the league.
No.
Should have just stayed at Clemson.
He's going to start on the bench.
I'm gonna take. I'll take Tennessee. They've been playing pretty good lately. I think that rough start, even though everyone was bashing them, I think that actually has helped them a bunch. I think now that they've kind of banded together quite a bit. I'm not the biggest Tennessee fan to watch, so Robbie, if I'm wrong, just go on and let me know. But I do think that losing stretch has kind of made the team stronger towards the end of the year. I think they've really rallied, and I think they're going to finish strong. So I'll take Tennessee.
What sucks is if you take those 2 games out of the first game of the season and we win those, like we could win. We could be 7-3 or 8-2 right now.
And yeah, I think I'll finish like 7-5, and depending on the bowl game matchup.
But I will agree that I think that losing the Georgia State and the BYU game, like as much as it sucked, that was really good for the program because like some players left after that.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Like just quit football or not football?
Transferred. Like some people got dismissed from the football team.
Oh yeah, for that tweet.
Yeah, that guy did get dismissed. So I think that like the players that are left on the team have really bought into Pruitt, and it's showing finally. We
And
won 4 out of the last 5. Missouri's lost 4 straight, so I'm rolling with the boys this week.
I like Pruitt. I think that he's. I thought that from all along, I'm not a Tennessee fan, but I thought all along that he was going to be a coach that needed a few years to really like figure out how head coaching worked. But I think that he's really doing pretty well.
I think you got to give Pruitt at least like 5 years at Tennessee because it was a disaster when he got there. Like, yeah, we're 5-5 right now, but there's been a huge improvement towards the end of this last year compared to last year.
I mean, you look at Kirby Smart. I don't know if Kirby Smart could have built it any faster if he had.
Yeah. Everybody talks about how great Kirby is. Like he turned around Georgia, but like they won 10 games or 9 games the year before he took over. So
yeah. So
I want to know about this tweet that.
Jordan Murphy.
I don't know who it is.
I'll find it and send it after. It was pretty funny. It was something just saying, making fun of like how they had lost, and he was like, oh yeah, that's kind of funny though, or something like that.
Yeah.
He said like that's.
It was on the team.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was like a video of like a bank robber, like it was like some dude robbing a place and he had like a bag of money. He was like walking out laughing or something, and like the tweet said this was Georgia State leaving Neyland or something like that.
Oh yeah, that was it. He's
and
like,
he quoted it and said, "Y'all can't tell me this ain't funny."
yeah.
And he got blasted.
I'm gonna guess Pruitt told him it wasn't funny.
I'm gonna guess that you're right. And then a few days later, he was dismissed from the football team.
Oh.
I don't know why you would do that, because then literally no NFL team's going to want you after that. Even if you are good, they're going to think you're a head case. Or like I don't know, you're going to have a lot of explaining to do after.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know why he did that. He's an idiot.
So is he playing somewhere else now?
He's still enrolled at Tennessee right now.
Well, who you got?
I'm gonna go off this game just off one statistic. Golly, I can't talk. And I'm picking Mizzou just because they only have one home loss, and that was to the number 11 ranked Florida.
Yeah, but then they turned around and lost to Vanderbilt.
At Vanderbilt, went at home.
Vanderbilt lost. Oh, hold on. Atwood.
Hey, home field.
Atwood.
That
Dude.
still plays a huge advantage.
Have you ever been to a game at Vanderbilt? Other teams come to Vanderbilt Stadium.
Vanderbilt lost to UNLV Atwood at home.
At home.
Vanderbilt. At Vanderbilt.
Yeah, home field advantage.
Lost at Vanderbilt.
Sometimes it be like that.
UNLV literally traveled across the country and dominated.
Sometimes it be like that.
But then,
When you got good home field, you got good home field.
wasn't it the next week Atwood? Not Atwood, Robbie? They beat Missouri?
Yes.
Yeah, all right, Atwood, chill. Missouri's trash.
Missouri is doo-doo.
On the road. Just wait.
They're doo-doo.
Just wait. When they win, I want to hear nothing.
That's
And
all right.
plus, Derek Dooley is the GOAT.
You're crazy.
Hey. Yeah, come from the team who picked Minnesota.
All right, whatever. All right, let's move on. The Aggies of A&M are coming, and they are bringing their male cheerleaders to number 4 Georgia. I'm going to say that while I think that Georgia is kind of overrated and kind of has pulled a Clemson and playing like a weak side of the SEC, I think they win this game because I don't think A&M. I don't know that A&M has the talent to beat them, but I think Georgia wins, but I don't think Georgia's good. That's basically all I'm trying to say. What do you think, Robbie?
I agree. I really want A&M to win because it would be hilarious if Georgia lost again. Just went ahead and eliminated themselves from the playoff. But like you said, I don't think A&M is talented enough to beat them. Unless, I will say, if they stack the box and they stop Georgia's run game, I think they have a really good chance because Fromm is not a guy that you can put the ball in his hands, and he's not going to win you a game.
And I just looked it up. It said that Georgia is a 13.5-point favorite.
Yeah.
I fully expect A&M to possibly make it closer than that. I can see it being a 7, like a 1-touchdown game.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if A&M covered that.
But I don't know. I really think Georgia's overrated, but
Yeah, they definitely are.
I don't know. I don't think A&M's got it. Atwood, what do you say?
This is just going down just because I like his name, but that's the only thing I like about him. But I do not like Jimbo Fisher. But I'm going to have to roll with Georgia. I feel like they are the better coached team at the moment. And they have more talent.
Yeah, and A&M really doesn't have anything to play for. They've already clinched a bowl game.
I think Jimbo's an overrated coach.
Yeah, I mean, it's another one of those things. He only coaches in places that have a ton of talent in them. Florida and Texas, 2 of the hotbeds of
And then when
recruiting.
he was at Florida State, he was an above-average coach, but he had a good college quarterback the one year with Jameis, and that was the only year he was successful. Most of the time, they were always really highly rated, and then they would lose 2 or 3 ball games that they shouldn't have.
But I will say he recruited in one of the best corners of all time.
Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, Jalen Ramsey, my boy. All right, we'll make this a quick little segment because it's TCU at number 9, Oklahoma. TCU has to win one of the last two to make a bowl game. But I don't know that. I trust Jerry's defenses, but I don't know that we can stop this Oklahoma team. Because I think Jalen Hurts has had a crazy good season. So I'm going to take Oklahoma, even though I want the result to go the other way. Robbie, what you got?
What?
Oh, I was asking what you had. I didn't know if you was.
I'm also going to take Oklahoma. I just don't think TCU can keep up with that offense, really, is what it comes down to.
Yeah, it's been a lackluster season for us. I think we'll be better next.
I didn't realize that Jalen Hurts was leading Oklahoma's team in rushing.
Dude, he's going ham.
He has 3,000 yards passing and 28 touchdowns, and he has 983 yards rushing and 15 touchdowns. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's a cheat code. He's a video game for real. Atwood, who you got?
Definitely. Because, y'all both said it. Hurts is the real deal. I still think Nick Saban let the wrong quarterback go. Which,
Kirby Smart let the wrong quarterback go twice.
Yeah. Even though I haven't heard that much of Eason this year.
I just feel like Justin Fields was just in the wrong system. I still feel like if he was there today, he wouldn't be as impactful as he is.
I definitely don't think that Georgia would have used him right.
Now,
Eason.
What was you saying?
Eason's a stud. He would be a stud in that system.
Am I the only one that, and don't get me wrong, I know he won the championship last year, but I think that Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields would have been better in the other systems. I think Trevor Lawrence would have fit Georgia better than Justin Fields.
Is really like a triple option / RPO type quarterback.
I'm saying, what do you mean? No, I meant like coming out of college. I think Trevor Lawrence would have been better at Georgia and Fields would have been better at Clemson.
Where they're at now.
Oh, yeah, I can see the confusion. But let's move on. Or did you pick that one? Yeah, you picked Oklahoma. All right. Texas travels to Waco, the dump of the Big 12 and Texas.
And nobody's playing there.
Baylor is ranked number 13.
Yeah.
But I think that Texas is going to beat them. I think that Baylor is coming off a heartbreaking loss that really their only chance at making the playoffs was to go undefeated, and I think they know that, especially after choking to Oklahoma. So I think that Texas is going to take advantage of this and beat Baylor. Robbie, who you got?
Yeah, I agree. I think Baylor's going to have a big letdown, and I think Texas beats them. Texas doesn't really have anything to lose.
Yeah, if Texas loses, it's nothing. If Baylor loses,
that's the light shot that they had at the playoff is done.
For sure. It would take a miracle at this point to make the playoff.
Yeah.
Atwood, who you got?
I was on the McConaughey train at the beginning of the year, but
I picked them to get into the playoffs. I think
it's run off the tracks now. And plus, I feel like I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum of what y'all saying. I feel like the Oklahoma loss is just going to piss Baylor off more, and they're going to come back.
Well, my thing with Baylor is I don't think that they were that good to begin with. I think that they had kind of the benefit of playing a pretty soft schedule.
I mean, they're on Big 12.
Well, the Big 12 has not been that good this year.
Well, like they played Stephen F. Austin, UTSA Rice to start the season. Then they beat Iowa State by 2. They did beat Kansas State by 3 touchdowns. But then they went to double overtime with Texas Tech. They beat Oklahoma State. They beat West Virginia by 3, and then they went to triple overtime with TCU.
Yeah, a bunch of 3.
That good to begin with, but
a bunch of really close games. It was. You hear people talk about surviving events. That was really what they was doing all year.
yeah.
Especially that 21-13 over Rice. That's embarrassing because Rice was 0-4 at that time, or 0-3.
Yeah.
Rip. They just got their first win over MTSU. Atwood, who you got?
You not listening?
Oh, you already picked. All right, on to the last game. Number 8, Penn State travels to the Shoe to take on number 2, Ohio State. I'm going to say that I think Ohio State's going to win. I think that Penn State's going to keep it close at first, but I think that Justin Fields, like we mentioned earlier, I think that he's really going to break out as a favorite for the Heisman. And these last 2 weeks are really going to help him because if he beats Penn State and looks really good in that and then beats Michigan, and then let's say he beats Minnesota, that's 3 ranked teams, 3 big name opponents that he could shine. And I think this game kickstarts his final push for the Heisman. I think that Ohio State wins by a couple touchdowns, honestly. Robbie, who you got?
Yeah, as much as I hate Ohio State, I just really don't see. I definitely don't see anybody in the Big Ten beating them for sure, and they might win it all this year, honestly. So
Yeah,
I'm taking Ohio State, and they might win that 18-point spread.
LSU's who I want to see win it because I love Coach O, but I think Ohio State's going to win it all. Atwood, how about you? The Ohio State hater.
I'm not an Ohio State hater. I am going to go with James Franklin and the Nittany Lions.
Boo.
Look,
Man.
if I'm not mistaken, every big pick you've had in the last couple of weeks has not worked out for you.
Atwood's that mean. Why are you booing me? I'm right.
Plus, this is what confused me too. You said if Justin Fields does what Justin Fields has been doing this year, like the last 3 weeks against, who is it, Penn State, Michigan, and I guess Minnesota.
Yeah.
Then he's locked in the Heisman.
I think so.
But how is it any different? Because Joe Burrow's done it against, once again, let me repeat it, 4 ranked opponents rather than 3.
Dude, Ohio State has played more than... Look, they beat Cincinnati, who was highly ranked at that time, 42-0. Justin Fields is putting up stats.
So is Joe Burrow.
I think Justin Fields is better.
I definitely think that Justin Fields is the more talented quarterback.
I feel like Joe Burrow's got the Heisman.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at Joe Burrow winning the Heisman.
I just think I think that the voters, however right it is, I think that if Justin Fields beats 3 top 10 teams because Michigan could make the top 10, I think, because they're number 12 right now by that time. If he beats 3 top 10 teams in the final 3 games and looks very good, I think that's going to prove to a lot of voters. I think the voters are going to take him for that.
So, see, that's the part that don't make sense. You're picking someone who has 3 top 10 wins over someone who has 4 top 10 wins.
Dude, 3 in the final 3 weeks. That's what I'm saying.
But, okay, but still, how's it different from playing 4 than 3?
How many's Burrow got?
What?
Right now.
10 wins?
Right now.
What are you talking about? How many's he got? How many's what?
Top 10 wins.
4.
Who?
LSU.
He beat himself.
Auburn, Florida, and Texas. All top 10 at the time they played.
Oh, we're counting Texas now?
They were top 10.
Trash.
We're counting number 15, Cincinnati.
How many picks is Burrow throwing?
Get out of here.
I think Burrow's mad that he just should have stayed at Ohio State if he wants a ring this year.
Actually, the real quarterback left Ohio State. He's in Bayou right now.
But Burrow had to leave because he lost his job.
Hey, Easton had to leave because he lost his job, but that don't mean he's a... See?
Well, that's Kirby Smart's an idiot.
All right, I'm sticking with my pick.
I don't want you to change your pick. Then I'd hate for you to be right.
I'm trying to find how many interceptions Burrow's thrown this year.
Why don't you just Google his stats?
I'm trying.
Why did you say that like that?
I don't know. Oh, he's number 9 right here.
He's thrown 6, and Fields has 5, I think.
No, Fields is 31-1. 31 touchdowns and 1 interception. My point exactly. Fields is a beast.
Yes, Fields against Rutgers and, the sorry-ass teams Ohio State usually plays. Purdue.
You're a hater, you know that?
No, I'm not. I'm just, going with the team who is more proven.
All right, 38-6 versus 31-5. I'm not going to lie, Burrow's putting up better passing yard numbers.
Against better defenses.
I don't know. I'm mad. I'm still going to say Justin Fields. I think he's better. But who'd you pick? Penn State?
Penn State. God, every time I pick somebody, you're like, who you got?
That's how ignorant your picks are.
I'm looking at it in a realistic standpoint. You're looking at it as in whose fingers are point.
That's nasty.
Hey, you're the one who said you're there.
All right, well, before this gets too crazy, I think we'll go on and wrap this pod up. Just like Justin Fields about to wrap up the Heisman. Let's, y'all got anything else?
No, I got nothing.
I got to pee. That's what I got.
We'll be back next week and discuss why Ohio State is ranked number 1 and LSU is ranked number 2. But until then, y'all have a safe week and have fun watching college football. PodBois out.